Good evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 218, part 2, using Sefer Hachinuch, Mitzvah that keeps us on its way, the obligation of Leket. And here we go, once again found in Vayikra Parshas Kedoshim. The underlying purpose of the mitzvah. Regarding the underlying purpose or purposes of the mitzvah, says the author, I've already written in my explanation of the mitzvah of Peah, leaving over the corner in Mitzvah 216, what I know about them. Among the laws of the mitzvah is, for example, that which the sages of blessed memory stated in Peah. 1 stalk or 2 stalks are considered leket, but 3 stalks are not considered leket. This means to say that if 1 or 2 stalks fall at one time, the poor may take them. But if 3 or more stalks fall together from the hand of the harvester or from the blade of the sickle, all 3 of them belong to the owner of the field. For the law of leket is applicable only to a small amount of produce that falls. The Chinuch mentioned above that only produce that falls from within the sickle's blade or from within the reaper's hand are considered leket. He now mentions a scenario where even such stalks are not considered leket. Even when all the other criteria are satisfied, leket applies only if the leket fell from the harvester's hand without being caused to fall by external circumstances. However, if a thorn struck his hand, or a similar mishap occurred, and the produce fell as a result, this is not considered leket. So it's got to be like a natural falling of the stalks. The Chinuch discussed the situation of produce whose leket status is uncertain. Also included in the laws is the principle from Peah that any stalk that is possible leket is deemed to have the status of leket and must be left for the poor. As it is stated, favor the poor and the impoverished person, which the sages in Chulin expound to mean, favor the poor person from your property and give it to them, or give it to him. That is, when you are in doubt whether something in your possession belongs to you or the poor person, give him the benefit of the doubt. Now also this idea of Safek D'Oraisa L'Chumra, that if you're in a doubt of a Torah obligation, we have to be strict. So in that case, give it to the poor. Based on the above principle, there is the law regarding produce that is found in ant holes. There's also the law regarding a stalk of leket that became mixed in a stack of non-leket grain. These laws and the additional details of the mitzvah are set forth in Tractate Peah. Regarding the questions of in which places this mitzvah applies and who is subject to its obligation, as well as the punishment for one who transgresses it, it is all the same as with the mitzvah of Peah from Mitzvah 216. Thank you for listening to Sponsor Future Mitzvah 36 for 100 for the gold. And God willing, tomorrow we're on to another very short mitzvah, 219, related to Leket, just the prohibition about Leket. See you tomorrow.